Yo, what is up guys, Hikari here, back again with another banger of a video for Wuthering Waves. Today I want to talk about some day one features that I would love to see in Wuthering Waves that are different ways to enhance gameplay and what I would like to see from the cooperative modes in Wuthering Waves, and just things in general that I think that would be very beneficial to players. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So one of the first things that I want to talk about is cooperative voice chat. So yes, I know things like Discord exist, but personally I think it would be really nice if there was a implemented co-op voice chat that we could use whenever we are partied with someone for a cooperative game mode. Or, like, let's say for instance that you have friends who play Wuthering Waves, or maybe you don't have any friends who play Wuthering Waves, and those friends who you play Wuthering Waves with, they are always on in different time periods than you are, so you have to pair up with randoms to complete content for cooperative. So in that regard, I think it would be very nice to have voice chat, so that way you aren't just adding random people to your Discord just for the sake of being able to clear content. Especially since I imagine Wuthering Waves' cooperative content is going to probably be the hardest content, since you have more than just yourself to work with. I would imagine that since it's a multiple person deal and you have to work together as a team, in a lot of ways it's going to feel harder than most other content for Wuthering Waves. So I just think voice chat would be very beneficial. The next thing that I wanted to talk about are guilds and factions in Wuthering Waves. So I think it'd be really cool if we had a faction or guild system in Wuthering Waves for players that would allow us to not only rank based on leaderboards and we get rewards for that are exclusive, like let's say we kill different bosses every week, and depending on how much damage we can get on the boss after we kill the boss a certain amount of times. Like, I think it would be very interesting to see all the different ways that players would come up with very high DPS strats for bosses, for things like that. Now of course this is very like end game tier stuff that I'm talking about here, but I mean, aren't guilds and factions pretty much end game tier type stuff anyway to begin with? Or at least when you are trying to get like the most out of them to begin with. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about was controller support. So me personally, I actually do prefer playing these kinds of games with controller. I know, I'm sinful, but seriously, I do just love the way an Xbox controller or a PlayStation 5 controller feels for this kind of game over just using keyboard and mouse. I will admit, I do tend to enjoy shooters more with keyboard and mouse, so at least there's that. But in terms of a game like this, where it's third person, action, hack and slash style, I definitely want a controller. Now, I think it'd be very interesting if they also included Nintendo Switch Pro controller support, as well as Xbox and PlayStation controller support. Just because there honestly are some people out there who just have a Switch and they don't have a PS5 or an Xbox. So if they only have the Switch Pro controller and they don't have the other two controllers, then that's just a nice quality of life feature for them. So something else I really would like to see in Wuthering Waves is high frame rate support. I'm someone who very much enjoys playing games at a high frame rate, especially after playing games like Kingdom Hearts 3 with a very high frame rate. I am just completely spoiled to how games with high frame rate feel. There's just something about the smoothness, about the way everything moves across the screen, and the way your inputs feel just completely lagless, that makes high frame rate gaming feel spectacular. And I feel like if we could do that in Wuthering Waves for those who have a high frame rate capable monitor, it would just be very fun for us. And one of the last things that I would like to see for Wuthering Waves is I really would like to see a free play mode where you can party up with people who you're friends with and you can just explore the open world together as a party. I think that would be very interesting and a very fun way to collaborate with your friends, or maybe even make new friends, while exploring the world of Wuthering Waves and getting to know its characters, its story, and really just falling in deep with this world and all of its lore, because there's a lot here. There's going to be insane amounts of storytelling and character development. I can already see it. Like, this is going to be a fantastic narrative driven game. But that's basically going to be the video here. I just wanted to give a couple of ideas of what I think would help Wuthering Waves be just absolutely spectacular on day one, allowing for everyone to enjoy to its fullest potential. And even if not all of these are implemented on day one, if they get implemented at some point, that would just be really nice. So once again, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a beautiful day. Take care.